Our friend Rand Paul, the senator from Kentucky, we've worked with on a number of issues an annual, Logan, it's called a Festivus Report.
This is like a Seinfeld reference of Festivus, the airing of grievances, and he puts out his list of ridiculous spending that happened over the list. There's this extensive list. He goes through a lot, but some of the more ridiculous ones people have really pointed out. Some in the tens to hundreds of thousands, some in the millions of dollars. For those who don't know, and in the Avengers films, Thanos, big purple villain, he snaps with this big gold glove, and in that eradicates half of the universe. So one of the things that was studied here was whether in that metal glove, the metal gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlet, could Thanos actually snap? The professor, whoever it was, saw it, said maybe we could, and they got $118,000 in federal funding to determine this. There was $1.1 million for training mice to binge drink alcohol to check again the effects of that if it's negative. There was even are kids better off having pets study that happened. Is it good for a kid? Is it good for comfort? Of course we find out. Of course it is. Of course you find out giving cocaine to beagles, not a good thing.
When you add it all up, it becomes tens of millions of dollars of our taxpayer dollars, here's what I say. Take all the excess, stop the crazy spending, and send it down to the border. If you took the $7 billion, and it's more than that, that's just the top, that's the ones we just listed right up the top.
That includes no interest.
And you divided it by $75,000, how many Border Patrol agents would you be able to hire? You know what the answer to that is? This is where you got to make it real. 97,000. Now think about that for a moment. If we would have taken that money and put 97,000 Border Patrol agents on our border, you think we would have a fentanyl crisis in the United States? You think we would have a humanitarian crisis on our southern border? Do you think we would have unlawful entrants doing sex trafficking, drug trafficking? The answer is no. So let's take, this is why I'm doing this program. We're doing this program today. 97,000 new agents. And then if you want to take the money that was going to go to the IRS for the 87,000 agents and add that to the border, we'd have 160,000 agents.
I believe that we really shouldn't spend that money at all. The national debt is out of control, and Democrats and Republicans are both guilty of taking taxpayer money and spending it on frivolous things that we're not even going to know about.
Rand Paul actually pointed out that in the last year, just the interest on the debt. So just the interest on the debt we owed is $475 billion. So that's just the interest, kind of pointing to what he was talking about.
And by the way, who owns our debt? Mostly China.
Yeah. So
just think that you're taking your taxpayer dollars to pay interest on our debt that's mostly controlled or owned by the Chinese. Who we should nullify that debt out in light of the COVID pandemic they put on the world. That should be their liquidated damage. That's what we should do.